Hello everybody, today is the 29th of January and we're gonna continue our journey with telling the pain story. This pain story has changed a lot of people's life and shed light into why something happened to our life and how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So whenever you're ready, let's get started, okay? What is this? It's a pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I'm gonna wait this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is corrupt, the dog or the human? The answer is both corrupt. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen. To rate, the dog is corrupt in the dog world, and the human is also corrupt in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are corrupt. Now, let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm going to put this thing on the table, and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room, there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy? No, it is neither a pen nor chewing toy. So it becomes almost nothing. And the ancient wisdom called this one as the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build a business with a revenue of $215 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the pen story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table when there is no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with. We come back to true self called the emptiness. So the emptiness is not blackness, it's not darkness, no feeling or no thinking. It's just itself. It doesn't interact with anything or anyone. And we all actually have the emptiness, you know. But then, okay, as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog comes back to the room and look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing become? Well, it becomes two things, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing when there's no human, no dog, or nothing to interact with, right? So we come back to say we call it the emptiness. But because it has the emptiness, it also has the potential of become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at this at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself and the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind, and everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? Now I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to believe this one become a diamond, okay? So please pray with me. Diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eye. It's still a pen. So what allows me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? There are certain only that the actual wisdom coils come up. When we see something, the certain side of my pop up, open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted only into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind, and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our action, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I won't be able to So for this one, in order for us to see this as a pen, we have to actually, helping someone to see, helping someone to have the pen. Like for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna say that I have the pen. Would you like to have the pen? And when my friend say yes, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend. But the hope that I can help my friend. And I give this to my friend. This palm for friend, and both me and my friend will see it. And strong will be more than a couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the set of the pen is only been pointed into my incorrect and made it seal for what had been pointed into my mind. And this is how we can become a pen. Anything surround us, become what and who they are to us. In the one story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today, I'm going to go for the lesson. The first lesson is both corrupt, so we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. The second lesson is along with the answers, we all have our potential. So trust your potential, trust the potential of everyone that thinks so love you, and trust the potential of whatever happened to you. The third lesson is along with the and the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the settings and right. So be 100% responsible to whatever happened to us, to anything or anyone on on whatever happened to us, because we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind using our word or action or thoughts to other people. And the last but final lesson, but very important lesson, is that how we can create or manifest our dream life in a very certain way. So first, you have to know what you want to achieve in your life, right? You've seen lesson number 2, the ambience and the potential. And after that, we start, planting those seeds using our word or action our thoughts to other people. So for instance, if you want to have happiness, then you have to plant that happiness using your word, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping other people to be happier. If you want to have prosperity, then use your word, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping other people to be more prosperous. And just like that, whatever that you want to achieve in your life, making sure that you use your work, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping other people to be you know, to get that very same thing. And then that is the best way to plant the seed into your mind. And the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that this morning I came back to listen to my body's pen story. And then I noticed that he's been changed in his routine from telling the pen story in the evening to the morning. And it's something just kind of reflect in me is that is that we change as we progress, as we tell, even with just the action of telling the pen story, but then as we progress with time, we change. And as long as the change, suitable to ourselves, and then it's actually a good change. And with that, I think that is all about us, going with the flow, going with the rhythm, and then understand the potential of thing, how we can achieve it in different ways. That is very important. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening to me today. Thank you, Ellen, for coming me in the 3,000 day journey. And if I may share with you the pen story of my lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my neighbors, to my co-workers, and especially to the father of my friends who've been um suffering cancer. I do hope that somehow his suffering will be released and he'll be able to have peace and less pain. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Bye bye.